My name is Calderwood. I am the Director of Content Engineering and Digital Delivery for Kinetics from Champaign, Illinois. Our initial purpose with getting RSuite was to bring all of our ebook production in-house. We were spending about 30 grand a year on external conversion houses to convert each one of our 100-something print books to ebooks, and so we were able to bring that into house. So we immediately reap benefits of about 30 grand a year from that, and then we also get huge increase in quality control over the ebook production process. So we're able to make our ebooks actually meet our standards rather than having to rely on a third party and take what they do and then decide whether or not we want to improve on it. So that's really cool. We've had significant reductions in print time. We're working on eliminating InDesign from the picture entirely from our journal print production workflows. We saved a lot of time on journal metadata that we need to give to external providers. So they do the work once, all within their Word files, and then they click 3 separate buttons, and then we have these 3 different outputs. And so we take what was about 3 hours per journal per journal issue per output, and we reduce it to about 5 to a one-time 5-minute cost. And so we're also bringing in our marketing content into RSuite, and so part of that also is there's a huge problem with updating prices. And so able to bring RSuite to bear because it can talk to external databases that contain our prices, and then it can generate the in-copy files that we need with InDesign variables already established for one of hundreds of products and thousands of prices in a catalog. And so what this means is that we can automate our price updating. Yeah, so aside from those things, the benefits of implementing RSuite have been able, if I could sum it up in just one sentence, it's making sure that the right people do the right tasks at the right time. So, for example, before we started using RSuite, our editorial staff would do two kinds of proofing with the result of an InDesign output. They would proof the content from cover to cover, so looking for grammatical mistakes, readability mistakes, things like that, and they were also proofing layout, so are the right items on the right page. And the problem is that you can only focus on so much stuff in a certain window, and so what we were able to do with RSuite is separate those things so that the content proof, where they're reading cover to cover, they're looking for grammatical mistakes, readability, things like that, that happens earlier in the process. So the editors are doing that work at the right time. And then later on, after the InDesign output has been put together by one of our InDesign users, then they look at the layout. And so then they're looking at the other thing at the right time, at the right place in the process. Getting all of our full-text journal content into the system and being able to produce print-ready PDFs of those, using RSuite as our digital asset management system, and then really pushing the boundaries on using RSuite as a dashboard or portal in terms of integrating with other systems, so that instead of having to go to 5 different systems, our users only have to go to one system and they can get everything they need. So, you know, the dream there is pulling in information from the company intranet, it's pulling in publication schedule information from the databases that house that information, it's pulling in project information from Basecamp and perhaps even just replacing Basecamp, since we largely just use it as a place of record, and then integrating with other resources so that there's just a one-stop shop for our users.